I mean, just being able to, be out there and get the experience and play, that's always a blessing in itself. So I'm grateful to be able to be out there after two.
Comfort level. It seems most guys say the more you play, the more you feel at ease. What was it like with two solid shifts tonight?
I mean, just like you said, the comfort level is the more and more I play, the more comfortable I'm gonna get. So I feel like keep that going. I mean, that's even more dangerous for with me and him because they're gonna be scared of the lob, so he's gonna be open for the layup, and they're gonna be scared of him coming off of the screen. So the lob is gonna be able to say you got to pick one. So it's just gonna be difficult.
Lob chemistry is so important. Obviously, something you can work on in practice. What's the lob chemistry been like, and how are your lobber teammates here, maybe as opposed to other guys you play with over the years? The comfort level you're developing.
It's getting there. I would say, I mean, like you said, you gotta get more reps with those guys. So the more and more I play with them, the more and more they're gonna get comfortable with knowing that they just throw it by the rim, I can go get it. So
Have you developed already that sort of eye contact that's so necessary? It's sort of the high sign or whatever to know that it's go time for you.
with me, I don't really think it's more like an eye sign. As long as you throw it up, I'm gonna go get it. So it's not really much to it.
Were there any talks that you had to have with anybody, teammates, or somebody around the team to stay patient for your opportunity? Were there any of those conversations you had to have?
I mean, with everybody, it was even with the coaching staff. It's always stay patient. Your time is gonna come, and so I stay patient.
So you with Nico some today. How do you feel kind of playing on the front line with him? How do you complement each other?
I mean, he's a force on offense. He's able to handle the ball. Come off of a screen, can pass the ball as well, and just score. And so I feel like having a bigger body out there helps as well. So.
You've been here the entire time that Drew has pushed through the knee injury, come back and just showing his fortitude. What was it like in that moment to see him go down when you guys know what injuries are?
Uh, I mean, man, all we can do is pray for him. But it's definitely a gut punch because he's sitting next to me on the plane, and we have conversations a lot. We really talk about basketball and really reflect on just how grateful we are to have the life that we live. So, to have a guy that's that pure, have an injury. We pray for him and we hope the best for him.
What was it like? Not only you push through after what happened to Drew, but also to push back after what happened on Saturday.
Yeah. That is just short-term memory. I mean, we completely forgot about that game because, you got to move on. We learned lessons from that, and you learned that lesson.
Really hunting your one-on-one matchups, going to mid-range a little bit more than you had this year's. Was it just one of those what's required nights?
Yeah. Because the fourth quarter we had the last game was kind of stagnant. We didn't kind of indecisive, and we didn't know where to go and what to do. So, I know it's those moments is you got to think ahead, and tonight I did that.
What's it like having front row seat? Could you come out and Kel'el goes in to sort of watch the Kel'el Ware show?
Man, I mean, glad we're using them. Big fella can definitely make plays, and that's what we need. You need that the instant energy shift. It's a different way of how we play, different style. So it's great to have that in the second unit.
The last you mentioned the stagnant in the fourth quarter, but you and Tyler really seem to look for each other a lot in that fourth quarter. Is that just a familiarity, a comfort, just because you guys know that has worked so many years?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you go to something that's working, if it ain't broke, don't break it. So for us, it's just, we developed that bond over at this point is 7 years. And we built that chemistry to this point. So, it's great to have that to fall back on in the fourth when things get rocky.
For points like this from Kel'el, a couple of games get minutes. So what's the most important thing that you want him to build on, just to kind of...
What he's doing, run the floor, catch lobs, do the little things that contribute to winning. And, we figure out everything else as we go. He'll start developing. And like I tell him, I was like, you're lucky you get to play. I didn't get to play. I'll refuse it. So, it's good he's getting his feet wet and, he gets to go out there and make mistakes, but also run at the same time.
And you get a couple of days away from us, a couple of days to yourself, but then you go back to the scene of the crime. Crazy, you're back in Orlando for a Thursday night game. What's it going to be like going back there just 6 days later, 5 days later, after what you guys went through?
I mean, we're walking here, we're definitely going to remember that moment of hearing that buzzer go off and we lose the game after getting up 20 plus. So, everybody needs to go in there with the right mindset and play 48 minutes of great basketball, not 32.
Does it always seem crazy that you're right back there? Rarely do you see something like that when you're not playing consecutive games against a team.
It's the NBA season. It is what it is. You get used to it as you go on, as you get older in this league. It is what it is.
Bear with the noise kind of coming around the corner. What do you want the team to sort of maybe have the mindset, especially given these couple of days off? You want the team to kind of clear the minds a little bit?
Enjoy their families. That's what the holiday is about, being around your family, being able to decompress for a little bit, but understand we still got a job to do after the holidays are over.
Tyler, where did you guys feel like you got back? How do you think you guys responded to Brooklyn, sort of their shooting, letting them stay attached deeper into the game?
We just worked the game. You stayed with it. It's a 48-minute game. There's runs both ways. I thought our disposition in the fourth quarter, we kind of turned it up defensively. And really in the second half, I think they had, I want to say 38 points or 48, something around there. So just to be able to, hold them down in the second half, that's kind of where we want to build our identity on that end of the ball. Anytime we can hold the team under 100, we feel like we have a great chance to win. So.
Kel'el was one of those guys that kind of energized you guys. Now you kind of found him in that pick and roll a few times for some lobs. What do you kind of like about that two-man game, and just what different look does he provide offensively?
Yeah, I love playing with Kel'el. I just look forward to the growth of our chemistry, our two-man action, and then the growth of Kel'el himself. He's been really, really good since we've gotten him from the beginning of training camp. You see the glimpses in the skill set, just the raw versatility that he brings on both ends. He's so effective defensively, just protecting the rim, making everything difficult, and then offense, you see the lob threat. You just throw it up there, he goes and gets it, and I love playing with guys like that.
Tyler, considering what Drew's been through and the role he has found lately, just how tough was it to see him down there on the court, and have you guys been able to see him and talk to him after the game?
Yeah, really tough. Not just for obviously Drew, just for our whole kind of organization. We really, commend Drew for the work he's put in. Not just this season, and I feel like it's been the last week and a half, 2 weeks, he's really been playing well, but all the work he's put in to come back from the knee injury last year and where he was at before tonight, it's just really unfortunate to see him go down. He's one of my favorite teammates, one of my favorite players to play with, so it's just really heartbreaking. So it's unfortunate.
Tyler, can you just kind of talk about what you wanted to see from the mindset of the team and, heading into the holidays here? You come off a 3-game skid, especially that collapse in Orlando. Spo talked about kind of reflecting on where you guys are at. So what do you think about that?
I think we haven't played bad basketball. I think we've lost the last 3 before this, but we keep continuing to show glimpses of, good offense or good defense in different sections of the game. So I would just say, focus on consistency and sustaining, our game and our identity throughout a full 48 minutes, which we'll continue to grow on and continue to get better at, So we'll enjoy these next 2 days and be ready for Orlando. We owe them one.
Tyler, nice shooting night from Nikola Jovic tonight. What have you told him, I guess, kind of riding the waves and the ups and downs of an NBA season at his young age?
Just staying ready. You can't really control whether coach or the coaching staff puts you in the game or not. The rotation is, depending on what Spo and the staff see. So just staying ready, being able to come in and impact the game on both ends, whether you're scoring or not. And he did that tonight. I know the shots went in, but he was really active on both ends. He was able to get in the passing lanes, really attack downhill, and he played well.
So after everything Drew's been through, how tough was it to see him down there on the court, and have you been able to talk to him after?
No, and we'll just have to see tomorrow. He'll get an MRI, but obviously the air went out of the building. Seeing him fall like that, it wasn't a contact injury. I don't know the extent fully right now. I don't want to, pontificate until we get the MRI, but yeah, we were all, messed up, for a while. And the reason you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but you just, we all have, such incredible deep respect for his journey, what he's had to overcome. I've been in the building, all those times last year when nobody else was here and he was doing all the extensive treatment and rehab, around the clock. He just has incredible fortitude. So, you end up just absolutely rooting for, guys like Drew. So I don't want to go on too much because I don't really know the full extent. We don't know. We'll get the MRI, but, we were all managing that, at halftime. And then, I was encouraged by the response, to be able to compartmentalize, and you have to do that in this league, and really, buckle down defensively. Basically holding them under 40 for the half, but a lot more efforts, a lot more physicality, better rebounding. That was, encouraging for the head coach to see.
Just look at the jolt you got from the bench tonight. Specifically, want to know what you like about what Nico and Ware bring together. Obviously, they were pretty good individually, but what do you like about that front court specifically?
Yeah, we'll just see. I love. I like Nico's playmaking ability, his passing, and Kel'el is giving you just a little bit of a wow factor right now. There's something that he's doing, every day. Whether it be a block shot, a chain shot, a lob, or some kind of burst in transition. We just want to build on that right now. All of our young guys, they're being coached extremely hard, and there's going to be some ups and downs, but you can see the upside. Pella, Jaime, Nico, Kel'el. These guys, give us something that's a little bit different, and that's that youthful exuberance. And then, the veteran stability that we have, helps them, and they help our veterans. Speaking of the veterans, I think AB gave us some rock solid minutes tonight. He does a lot of right things, and he's in the right place a lot. And even defensively, he just plays to your system, in a smart way. And it's a great lesson. I mentioned that to the young guys, that if you're not playing regularly in the rotation, you can still be prepared, be ready, and you get your opportunity to produce. That's because of all the work that he does behind the scenes, but he also pays attention. He's very smart, and he can actually pay attention through a shoot-around and get all the details, which is a skill unto itself.
Because of where your focus is on defense, when it's middle of the third and the Nets are staying attached because they're making a lot of threes, but they're getting next to nothing at the rim, how are you feeling about the defense sort of at that point with that profile?
Well, I felt like we had better activity, better attention to detail, better pursuits, better job on the pick and rolls where, we're making it a little bit tougher where they couldn't just get straight downhill. And then, getting to, if they got all the way to the basket, Bam and Kel'el gave us great, paint rim protection. And what we like about it is it's in two different ways. Bam, really set the tone for that second half in the third quarter, with a lot of his defensive activity and anchoring the paint. And then Kel'el did a really nice job, with his verticality, his athleticism, pursuits at the rim. He's making people notice. And you can build on that when people start to to start to notice that you're tracking down a lot of these layups.
Eric, you always tell us not to look at the last number of the box score, but to see the way that Bam and Tyler both filled it up and showed their versatility, particularly Tyler also tonight, what he can do off the boards, comes up 1 assist shy of the triple-double. Just what about the completeness of the game of both of them?
Yeah, I mean, Tyler's doing it in so many different ways, on the ball, off the ball, in transition. He had to handle a little bit more, tonight, so that's a comfort level for him, but he makes a lot of right plays too. He got off it when he needed to. He was making a lot of the play calls, which is, this is really a culmination of the head coach hammering him on a lot of this stuff for 3 years, and now he's stepping into that role, and he can command a team, in certain stretches. We don't want him to do that, every single possession. That's a lot, because we want him to also play off the ball and just, clear his mind and be a scorer too. But he read the game, managed the game very well tonight. And then Bam, like I said, anchored everything defensively, and then he was really good offensively. They have an aggressive pick and roll coverage, so when he's getting the ball in the pocket, he was making all the right reads. He was able to post up with force. He was able to get some old-fashioned three-point plays. All of those things he was doing with a thought process in mind of what it would take to win.
Coach, what's sort of the message to the team when, obviously you come off the 3-game skid, the game in Orlando, and then now you get the win here, the holidays coming up. What's sort of the mindset you want the team to have?
Yeah, we just want to, get everybody feeling good physically. We've had a stretch, not of a ton of games, but just, guys have been dealing with, some minor things. I just want everybody to feel good, and we'll get ready for a big game in Orlando. And then in the meantime, I want guys to understand, what a great place we're in, even though we're not where we want to be. There's a lot to be grateful for. This locker room and who we have, there's a lot to be grateful for, that we're all here together, for a reason. And we have an opportunity ahead of us. So we can take a couple of days to think about that, reflect on that, and see the abundance, that'll be there for us in 25. And in the meantime, we'll have a great holiday and get ready for a big game in Orlando. All right? Thank you. Merry Christmas.